Good afternoon. We'll now start. Welcome, everybody. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of your companions attending. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There'll be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk. As a reminder, please take the online learning curve evaluation test exercise or OLETE for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate as shown below. The link has been placed in the chat box already. Another reminder, 50 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a ROJoson telemedical consultation. And then the request is that on the feedback to this pep talk, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we part ways, because I need feedback to decide whether to continue or stop the pep talk already. Thank you. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Show your face. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, ready? 1, 2, 3. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control in the management of their health. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. From October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses. This may take 3 years or longer, depending on the enthusiasm of the participants. And then my pep talk today is entitled Walk for Health, a health habit to cultivate. The empowerment objective is to have an understanding of the importance of cultivating walking as a health habit in their health management. This is a statement I like to make. All of us want to live as long as we can, right? It is unrealistic, however, to say that we want to live forever because it is not possible, because that is not possible. Because there is an end to our lifespan. The longest lifespan will probably be not more than 150 years old because of the studies that show that the upper limit will be the absolute limit will be 150. So humans may be able to live between 120, it's still possible, to 150 years, but no longer than this 150. Okay. So this is a new study that was done just recently. Okay. The present record holder, longest person who has lived on Earth is Jeanne Carment, a French woman, who lived for 122 years, 164 days. Okay. She is from France. Okay. Now, based on the statistics, the most current, okay, 2022, the life expectancy or average lifespan of people all over the world is 72.98 years, or round it off to 73. And in the Philippines, for Filipinos, it's about it's 71.53 years, or round it off to 72 years old. So if you have an intentional living plan, which we have tackled this for those who have been attending the PEP talk before, intentional living plan is a plan that you make targeting a certain number of years in which you write down things that you intend or want to accomplish on your graduation day, meaning the last day of your targeted year, which will make you feel you have lived a life to the fullest, you have lived a meaningful life, and you are contented and ready to die a happy death, based on the assumption and reality that all of us will die one day. So if you have an intentional living plan, target 70, 71, 72, okay, first. Then after you reach 70, 71, 72, you can plan for more years to come. Okay. So the reason why you target this one is because 71.53, or round it up, 72 is the average lifespan in the Philippines or Filipinos. So plus or minus, that will be 70, 71, 72. So try not to die before 70, 71, 72 years old. Try to live up to these years and accomplish your missions in life. So don't die a premature death. If you die before 70, 71, 72, you are considered as dying a premature death. So if you die a premature death, people might say you did not take care of your health. Okay, binabayaan mo sarili mo. Okay, if you did reach 70 years old. Okay, so take good care of your health to target at least 70, 71, 72 years old, as this is the average lifespan of Filipinos. But the question is how? How do we target that? So in my personal opinion, there are two general strategies in which you can take care of your health to target this age, 70, 71, 72. Number one is healthy lifestyle. And number two, patient empowerment program. So you empower yourself to control your health. So talking about healthy lifestyle, this is the aggregation of decisions made by individuals, by you, on strategies, actions, and steps that you put in place to achieve optimum health. It is also a way a person lives which affects his health and over which he has control. So he must have control. Okay? It is generally characterized as a balanced life in which one makes wise choices. Another definition of a healthy lifestyle or living: doing things that give you a greater chance of achieving optimum health year in and year out, and in the end, attaining your goal of staying alive and not crippled as long as possible. In the internet, there are a lot of packages of healthy lifestyle or living, but essentially these packages are a balance of work and life strategies, balancing things that you do in work and balance things that you have to do while you live a life of your own, on your own. Some packages would put emphasis on certain strategies, especially those with commercial promotion of drugs, products, and devices. So in the internet tool, you can see the write-ups on the advice and secrets to long life. Can somebody mute? Can somebody mute? Mute. Okay. Baby, please mute. Please mute. Baby Spirito. Baby.
I will just call her.
So in the internet, there are write-ups on the advices and secrets to long life from those who have reached 100 years old or centenarians, and those from people living in the so-called
Bakit?
Paki-mute. Naririnig ka namin eh.
Okay, sige.
Okay, so those people living in the blue zones, the blue zones are those regions in the country, in the world, which are homes to the oldest people, such as Icaria in Greece, Okinawa in Japan, and Sardinia in Italy, etc. So there are lessons that we can learn from these people in which how to live long. Okay. So I have presented this before. My personal healthy lifestyle plan is that I like to balance balance things to coming out with a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy spirit. So for the healthy body, this is to promote a healthy physical body. So here are the tactics. No? Healthy diet, healthy weight, hydration, hygiene, exercise, etc. And then for a healthy mind, to promote a healthy brain with ability to clearly think, learn, and remember, and to cope with the stresses of life, to work productively and fruitfully to enjoy life. These are the various tactics: healthy rest, relaxation, productivity, stress, enjoyment, etc. And then the last one is to healthy spirit, to promote a healthy mindset inclusive of thought, behavior, and emotion that will animate the body and mind, that will energize you. Okay. So you must have a healthy living plan, healthy contentment, and then social interactions, continual improvement. But for today, we will be focusing on walking for health, which is one of the strategies that will make us live long. Okay. One of the strategies in healthy lifestyle, okay, that will enable us to live long as possible, or to stay alive. Before we look at the benefits of walking as a strategy for long or longer life, let's look at the current statistics on death among Filipinos. So ito yung pinaka-recent, no? Although practically the same for the past 10, 20 years now. Okay. So, but this is the most recent statistics that I was able to get. So the Philippine Statistics Authority reported recently in the first 7 months of 2022, this year, number one cause of death is ischemic heart diseases, or just call it heart attack. And then the number two is stroke or cerebrovascular accidents. Okay, stroke means the brain, heart attacks the heart. Number three cause of death is, most frequent cause of death is cancer. Okay. Now, we know that we are in a COVID pandemic situation, but COVID-related death would only occupy number 10 in that list. So I like to suggest that we walk for health, and then a health habit that we have to cultivate so that we can tackle these three common causes of death. If we can avoid these three most common causes of death, then probably we can achieve our target of trying to live as long as possible. So, number one, walking to reduce risk for and death from ischemic heart disease, coronary heart disease, or heart attack. Approximately 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week, has been shown to be associated with a 19% reduction in coronary heart disease. So a study has shown that 90% reduction if you walk for 30 minutes per day and then 5 days a week. Okay. So for from the cardiologist's point of view, walking is the primary step in preventing heart diseases. because walking is free, easy, and doable for almost everybody. Studies also have shown that regular exercise helps reduce the risk of coronary heart disease as much as 21% for men and 29% for women. Now, how does walking reduce the risk or death from heart attack? Number one, walking improves the cholesterol levels. Number two, the blood pressure. Number three, the energy level. Plus, it can fight weight gain, okay, avoiding obesity to improve the health of the heart overall. And walking can also reduce stress, can also control your mood, and also your depression. So this is a simple slide that will show how walking reduces death from heart attack. It improves blood flow, lower the blood pressure, lower the bad cholesterol, which can clog up your blood vessels, and then help maintain your healthy weight, help prevent diabetes, and then help maintain a healthy mind, okay, stress and mood control. So these are basically 6 ways in which walking can reduce the risk from heart attack. Now, as to stroke, regular exercise, studies have shown that regular exercise, which include walking, when you say exercise, one of them is walking, can help lower your blood pressure and maintain a healthy weight, and then reduce the risk of stroke by 27%. So women who walk for at least 3 hours a week have a 43% lower stroke risk compared to those women who are inactive, those who are not walking, 43%. This is another study. Now, question is, how does walking reduce the risk from the stroke? As we know, the stroke and the heart disease have something in common. It's because of the blood vessels. So here, so the ways in which walking can reduce the risk for or death from stroke will be the same as those for the risk for heart disease. Improves blood flow, lowers blood pressure, lower the bad cholesterol, help maintain healthy weight, avoid obesity, okay, or helps maintain prevent diabetes, and then help maintain a healthy mind, a peaceful mind, okay, stress and mood control. Now, the third most common type of causes of death in the Philippines, okay, cancer. So let's see, how does walking reduce the death from cancer? It has been said that physical activity reduces the risk for development of cancer and also the risk of dying from cancer. Okay, so meaning before development of cancer, you walk, you can avoid its development. Once you have cancer, you still walk, you might be able to avoid dying from the cancer that has stricken you. So when you talk about physical activity, walking is part or is one type of physical activity. There are other physical activities that you can do. So walking has reduced the risk for cancer in about 13 types of cancer. It has been reported, 13 types, okay. Some with more than 20% lower risk. So the more common cancers that can be reduced or have been reported to be reduced by walking will be colon cancers, breast cancers, and uterine cancers. The others are the lung cancer, prostate cancer, stomach cancer, esophageal cancer, kidney cancer, and bladder cancer, blood cancer, head and neck cancer. Okay. So mind you, when you say it reduces, it's not only about 20% or 30% lowering. Okay. So there are some cancers that we cannot really control. Okay. We cannot really avoid even with walking. Okay. But at least it has a 20% chance of lowering the risk for cancer. So how does physical activity reduces your cancer risk? One, it lowering the level of sex hormones, all of the sex hormones in the body, such as estrogen, okay, and the growth factors that have been associated with cancer development and progression. So example are breast cancer and colon cancer. Okay, this is influenced by the levels of the sex hormones, especially pag mataas yung estrogen mo, okay, for the women, you have a high risk for developing breast cancer. Number two, preventing high blood levels of insulin hormones in the body, which has been linked to cancer development and progression, specifically breast cancer and colon. And then number three, walking can reduce the inflammation in the body. It can also improve the immune system function. It can alter the metabolism of bile acids, decreasing the exposure of the gastrointestinal tract to these suspected carcinogens. So a specific type of colon that can be prevented here would be colon cancer. And then reducing the time it takes for food to travel through the digestive system. Malakad tayo, we frequently defecate or move our bowel. Okay, so if you don't, okay, so the food will stay there for quite a longer time. Okay, so the benefit of this walking will be on the colon cancer. Now, the next one will be walking can help prevent obesity, which, as we know, is a risk factor for many cancers. So the recommendations on the prevention of cancer will be 300 minutes or 5 hours of moderate exercise like brisk walk every week to reduce the cancer risk. So another way of looking at it will be 45 minutes a day. And then the endpoint could be, if you want to really check whether it's enough that you're doing enough walking, then you feel for your heartbeat and your breathing. When it becomes faster, then probably that will be sufficient. Okay, so or it make you sweat. Pero yung sweat is not as reliable as the heartbeat and the breathing. Kasi kung minsan mainit talaga. No? So with walking being shown to be beneficial in reducing about 30%, i-round off na lang natin, about 30% of each of the top 3 common causes of death among Filipinos, which are heart disease, heart attack, stroke, and cancer. Walking is therefore strongly recommended for all Filipinos if they want to live as long as possible. Okay. Okay. And walking, as we all know, is free, easy to do, and doable for almost everybody, except those who are really pilay, who are really crippled. So what is a good walking program? There are a lot of different recommendations on how fast, how long should the walking be, how many times in a day or a week, etc. I will give my personal recommendations based on my personal experience. I will talk the talk and walk the talk because I've been doing daily walking exercise since 1915. That's 7 years as of today. Before that, I've been walking not on a daily basis, but mga 2 to 3 times a week, probably. Okay. But since 2015, I made a resolution to do the walking on the daily basis. So my walking program consists of the following. In terms of how frequent, okay, this is my recommendation. Daily, some authors would recommend at least just 3 times a week, but for me, I would like to do it daily so that there's no tendency to procrastinate in a non-daily schedule, because most of the time you'll say, oh, bukas na lang ulit. No? So I make sure that to avoid this temptation, I do it daily. So if you miss a day of walking because of some unavoidable reasons, resume the daily schedule as soon as possible. Okay. So example, if you have something to do that you cannot really walk in the street, no, and then probably even at home, then you can resume it the next day. But there are other ways of there are other places of walking. You really don't have to walk in the street. You can walk anywhere, even at home. So daily, okay, to maintain this daily schedule, you really need discipline and perseverance. Okay, so this is the name of the game. And as I said, I've been doing daily walking for the past 7 years, and I'm now near 74 years old. How long per walking session? So I would recommend at least 45 minutes. You can extend it to 60 minutes of straight and continuous walking. Hindi yung putol-putol. And maybe fast or maybe not fast. Kahit na hindi basta tuloy-tuloy. No? And then 45 minutes. Okay. Again, the name of the game is perseverance and discipline. As I mentioned, some authors would recommend just 30 minutes per walking session. At times, it could be sufficient as long as you do it regularly. Okay. Before, I used to do it 30 minutes, but then I said, mukhang kulang, so I just increase it. No? Okay. How many times in the day? At least once a day would be enough, with at least 45 minutes. Okay. But I've been doing this twice a day since because I have some more time during the pandemic. So I do it twice a day. So since 2020 up to now, 2022, I do it twice a day. Okay. So morning, 45 to 60 minutes. And then afternoon, I do it for 30 to 45 minutes. Okay. I have been doing daily exercise, walking exercise since 2005, 15, and I am now on my 7th year. So the question that I ask myself is my daily walking exercise for the past 7 years a result of self-discipline, motivation, or habit? I think it is a result of self-discipline and motivation, and which in the end has become a habit. Honestly, every day is a struggle for me to do the daily walking exercise. So it's not easy, so you need discipline and motivation. So there are days and times when I don't feel doing my walking exercise anymore, especially on a daily basis. Sabi ko, ay, pwede ba bukas na lang? Ganon, okay? So I attribute the daily accomplishment of walking exercise for the past 7 years to self-discipline and motivation, more than just a phenomenon of habit. So mauna muna yung self-discipline and motivation. Self-discipline means self-control. It is doing what you really want to do rather than being tossed around by your feelings like a leaf in the wind. Parang mood, okay? It is the ability to control one's impulses, emotions, desires, and behavior. It is being able to turn down immediate pleasure and instant gratification in favor of gaining the long-term satisfaction and fulfillment from achieving higher and more meaningful goals. The intent to achieve meaningful goals will motivate this time your motivation, will constitute the motivation. So I'm motivated by an obligation to myself, by a love of my own body, because I want to stay healthy. I want to stay alive as long as possible. I'm also motivated by an obligation to my family. That's my attitude. That's my line of thinking. Okay. I'm obliged to walk to stay alive as long as possible because I want to do it for my family, to stay healthy and alive as long as possible. And I'm also motivated by an obligation to be a role model in doing exercises to my relatives, friends, patients like you, and followers in the Facebook. Self-discipline and motivation are what keep me accomplishing or doing my daily walking exercise for the past 10 years. The habit is just secondary. So it's actually a result or a child of self-discipline and motivation. So in my personal opinion, among other healthy lifestyle strategies and tactics, there are others. My daily walking exercise for the past 7 years is the most tangible contributing factor in my being alive at or near 74 years old. Okay. So my first target in 2019 was 70, and I have reached it. Now I'm trying to set another target, probably at 75 or even at 80. So I have to be able to achieve that. My tactic will be to continue on walking for the rest of my life as long as I'm able to. So I firmly believe walking is beneficial for our health and of foremost importance because it contributes significantly to our longer lifespan or longevity. So to convince you further, yung mga nakikita niyo yung mga pasyente na may heart attack na o na stroke, pero hindi pa namatay, they did not die from them. So you notice that all of them may prescription, okay, nung nire-rehab sila, kasama yung walking, di ba? Okay. So palaging may physician's prescription by the rehab medicine people na walk. So palagi nakikita may umaakay na isang physical therapist sa isang pasyente na lakad ng lakad o kaya may mga yaya, yung mga caregiver, so they walk. Okay. So this really shows the importance of walking for health. So walk. As I said earlier, there are a lot of different recommendations on how fast, how long, how many times in a day or week. And I have just given my personal recommendation just based on my personal experience. I've tried the other recommendations, little shorter, but over the years, I tried to increase it in terms of frequency, in terms of intensity, in terms of how many times per day. So here are some recommendations by other authors. You have heard about the 10,000 steps. Okay lang yan, no problem. Okay. So a study in the, kasi maraming nagtatanong, is it because of recommendation, because of yung mga walking gadget that's being promoted commercially, parang marketing lang. But now it has been shown through a study, okay, medical study, that walking about 10,000 steps a day was linked to less cardiovascular diseases like heart disease, stroke, and heart failure. And then also prevention of 13 types of cancer and also dementia. So you can also use the 10,000 steps as a guide in your walking program. So if you cannot achieve, mas maganda structured is either 10,000 steps or may program na daily 45 minutes, and then yung straight walking, kanon. It's more, basta may structured program, no? Mas maganda ang results, no? But if you cannot achieve the 10,000 steps or the recommended minimum number of minutes of walking per day and per week, the recommendation is just walk. Wag lang nakaupo palagi, no? Walk. And then yung mga straight walking, hindi yung parang yung mga window shopping to the mall, just walk a little and then tingin-tingin and then upo na, gano'n. Okay. So, but if you cannot do the straight walking the structured way, so walk pa rin, no? Okay. So even less than the recommendations will be have shown to have benefit on your health and longevity. Kaya lang, mas hindi siya, I mean, it's not very, you are not certain about the results. So, but at least it's something better than doing nothing. Okay. So it's anything it's better than just sitting. So every steps count, every minutes count, just walk. Okay? Wag lang uupo. Then don't limit your walking to leisure time. So after my structured, let's say, my structured walking program, I still do some walking in the interval. Okay. So Studies have shown that sitting for a long period of time increases a person's risk for diseases such as cancer and heart disease. Kaya wag lang upo ng upo. Okay. So, these findings is also true even for people who exercise regularly. So, outside your structured program, just keep on walking if you have time. So if you really want to reap the rewards of walking, find ways to include more walking in your daily activities on top of the structured ones. Okay, have walking meetings, yung mga business executives. No, the recommendation is rather than keep meeting, sitting down, they can have walking meetings. No? Then park from the entrance instead of finding a front row space to motivate you to walk. You can get off the train or bus a few stops early, and then walk the rest of the way, and walk around a mall a couple of times before shopping. Okay, then take the stairs instead of an elevator or an escalator. This may be of help. So, walking for health sharing by me daily since 2015, rain or shine in the street, walking at home if it's raining too hard, and then stationary jogging, especially when it's raining too hard and during the pandemic, during the lockdown that they have to stay home. Okay. So these are some of the photos in 2021 of my daily walking exercise, 3 kilometers in the morning and 3 kilometers in the afternoon. Okay. Walking in the rain, of course, with rosary recital to improve my spiritual mood. Okay, and then this an example of the walking that I did during the pandemic lockdown. So I just walk in the kitchen in the house. Okay? So I estimated it to be 100 steps per route. No, so I just add up everything, make sure that I walk for about 10,000 steps or for 45 minutes. Okay. Then, stationary jogging in the room. Okay. So, you can have a, ano tawag doon? Okay. If you have a machine like the treadmill, you can do that. But if you don't have, you just do the stationary jogging. Okay, so you can do it listening to music or watching the computer, watching a movie. So let's walk. So walk for a healthy life. To live longer. Okay. So summary and takeaway. So with walking being shown to be beneficial in reducing about 30%. 30% is malaki na rin yon. Okay. So we're not saying 100%. We're not saying about 90%. 30% will be significant already. Okay. So in reducing 30% of the top 3 causes of death, heart attack, stroke, and cancer. Okay. So walking is really recommended for all Filipinos if they want to live as long as possible. So takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on the walking program for health. Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the 4 Ks of patient empowerment, kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions in cultivating walking as a health habit. So with that, I end my pep talk for today. I hope I have empowered you to have a better understanding of the importance of cultivating walking as a health habit in your health management. Before we go to the QA and interactions, reminder, okay, please take the OLETE. Okay, OLETE, 50 OLETE certificates, 1 voucher for ROJoson telemedical consultations. And then feedback, please place your feedback in the chat box before we part ways. And then Let's now have a group picture taking before we go for the open forum. Okay. Ready? Ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the floor is now open for questions, interaction, recommendations, suggestions, comments, etc. Who are walking regularly? Can I have a show of hands? So si Belet walking, sino pa? Ladies? Okay, si Maria Hustapolotan, sino pa? The rest? So the rest are not walking regularly? Si Mayan, Jose, yeah, okay. Good. So walk, si Susan, yeah, walking, good. Very good, now. So how long have you been walking, Susan? How long have you been doing your walking exercise, Susan? Wala. Di. Okay.
Ayan. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Actually, since tagal na rin po yung regular because
Yeah.
perhaps I am more conscious of walking when I retired 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yung continuous because before I retired well, I've been busy with work, a lot of field work because I work with DSWD, no?
Yeah.
So yung walking is may not be every day, but there are other physical exercises.
Yeah. Okay lang yun.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's good. So I think we have to face the reality kung saan yung time, may mga conflict of schedule now for walking.
Yes.
No? Okay.
Yes.
So you try to make do, especially those who are still earning a living, trying to make both ends meet. Okay. Okay. So try to find time for walking. No. So it's an easy activity to adapt naman no? Is yung mga formal sports, kung minsan maraming gadgets, no? Then you have to find a place for the sports, di ba? Cannot. Okay. So
Yes.
walking, you can just walk anywhere, anytime. Okay. So anybody who wants to share their experience?
From Jocelyn P.
Ah,
Just to share, last year I started walking and dancing while holding weights for 1 hour each day. My mistake was I didn't wear the proper shoe, which caused me to develop plantar fasciitis. Sakit sa heels. I only wore my flats chinelas. It has been more than 6 months and the pain is still not completely gone.
okay. So what do you think was the cause of the plantar fasciitis?
I've been to an orthodox. I've visited an ortho, and he said, due to my wearing chinelas nga.
Chinelas lang? Or?
Yeah, kasi flat yung chinelas ko eh. I should wear rubber shoes na para pag nag-run or walk, brisk walking, yung impact, makayanan ng paa.
Okay. So, holding weights with chinelas, okay. Dancing with chinelas.
Dancing while walking. Walking while dancing.
Okay. So, hindi pa natatanggal yung plantar fasciitis mo?
Not yet. So I stopped walking.
Tagal naman, 6 months is 6 months na.
My kumare had plantar fasciitis and it took her 1 year bago man nawala yung pain.
Try this, ano, meron akong, recommendations. About 6 years ago, I also had plantar fasciitis and sakit, ang sakit. I don't know. So, I changed shoes, lahat ng shoes na ginamit ko, no, mga malalambot, walang effect din, no. So until I tried a vertical lunge, yung exercise ko, yung parang genuflection, magde-genuflect ko, okay. So in 2 weeks time, biglang nawala.
Wow.
Okay.
Doc, can you demonstrate?
Para mag-genuflect ka lang. I'll talk about it next week.
Okay, sige.
Next
Ma'am.
week, I might be talking about arthritis. Just parang may connection na rito. Follow through. Arthritis,
Okay.
how to avoid all this parang arthritis and exercises. Probably that will be the title. No? Okay.
Okay.
So, pero briefly, parang nag-genuflect ka lang because you're
Basta my ortho taught me some stretching exercises which I'm
Yeah.
doing twice a day.
Yeah, anong stretching exercise? Essentially, stretching din yung lunge.
Hindi ko lang alam yung name ng exercise eh.
Yeah, but how can you describe the exercise?
Exercise,
What do you do? What do you do?
using your left hand, you have to pull your toenails. You have to pull while using your right thumb. You press the plant, yung fasciitis.
Okay.
Mahirap i-describe to eh.
Okay.
Okay.
Sige,
Do
later on,
that for both foot.
later on, I'll show you the video on that. I call it vertical lunge, LUNGE. No?
Baka pareho lang yung ginagawa natin, Doc. Meron din ako isang exercise na parang lunge din eh.
Yeah, may horizontal lunge, yung horizontal, yung from the side, na? And then yung isa forward. Parang genuflection, parang ganun ang style, na? Kasi you stretch your toes also, not saka yun.
Yes.
Sige, later on I'll show you the video on that, na? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. But to tell you, biglang I was so happy na wala in 2 weeks time, nawala. Less than 2 weeks, no? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mel, are you raising your hand? Mel Cabrera, do you have anything to say?
Hello. Hindi naman. Hindi ko lang matanggal. Pero anyway, ako din, Doc, since after my operation, so nag-walking din ako every morning before ako pumasok ng office until now.
Good. So ilang taon na yan?
2018, Doc.
18.
2018.
18.
Almost more than 4 years na po.
More than 4
Yes,
years.
Doc.
Okay.
Pero, based from my experience, Doc, talagang yun yung malaking tulong na lumakas ako dahil dun sa walking. Kasi pag hindi ka nag-walking, parang ang bilis mong hinihingal. Pero pag walking po talagang kahit malayo, parang hindi ka napapagod. Pagka used ka na sa walking.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Ayun lang, Doc.
that's good. Thank you for sharing. Talaga maganda yung walking, walang no doubt. Kaya lang, marami pa rin taong hindi pa gumagawa ng daily walking exercise. No? Okay.
Rochelle, would you like to share your instead of me reading it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Good afternoon po sa lahat. So, Doc, just what I've written in the comment, no? Just to share, prior to pandemic, I live a sedentary lifestyle, as in wala po talagang exercise. So after itong and I have high blood pressure and it runs in the family na meron po talaga kaming high blood. Halos lahat po talaga na ng kamag-anak and even my father namatay because of heart attack. So this pandemic po, lahat po kami parang nabigyan ng chance to work from home, and that is when parang para ma-counter yung boredom kasi iba yung trabaho sa bahay tsaka sa opisina. So just to counter the stress and all, I started exercising. I followed exercise sa YouTube plus walking outside. And as a living patotoo po, just after mga ilang buwan lang ng pag-exercise and doing the walking, naging controlled po yung high blood pressure ko. And from the two kinds of medicines na iniinom ko before, ngayon po isa na lang. And I still continue doing the exercise and the walking.
Very good. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. So I hope those who shared have convinced the others who are not doing daily exercise to follow suit. Gawin na ninyo, no? Before it's too late. Okay.
Doc, may I share?
Sure.
This is Susan again.
Okay.
Earlier, I mean, mga 5 years ago, just to motivate myself, I asked a friend to walk with me. Or when I had, when I had my my younger nieces in the house, we would wake up early, mga 5 o'clock, and walk here from Camagong to Cultural Center.
Wow.
And then from there, we will bike. Well, I was younger then. Now, because of course, because of the weather and COVID, the walking is limited to walking from house to church, church to house, or walking around the house, something like that, just to have exercise.
Yeah. Okay. So in the end, you just walk. That's the easiest way to do, di ba? Okay.
Yeah.
Walang gadget, walang ano. And then you don't have to go far naman eh. Just kaya lang boring ko minsan, paulit, pabalik-balik ka lang.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. But I have something to do. What I do, just recite the rosary while walking, ganon, or listen to music, ganon, no? Okay. Kung mag-isa ka lang. Kung may kasama ka, may kausap ka, di ba? Okay. Okay. So,
Ate Rice, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, kami ng kapatid ko nag-walk around the subdivision. Pero mula nung pandemic, at saka pag umuulan, yung walk at home ni Leslie Sanson, yung YouTube, may 30 minutes walk, may 45 minutes walk, may 15 kung gusto mong kasabay ng dancing. Maganda ho yun. Pwedeng yung mga kasamahan natin sa CCC, pwede nilang pwede nilang tignan sa YouTube. Walk at Home by Leslie Sanson.
Sanson?
S-A-N, Leslie, S-A-N-S-O-N-E.
S-O-N-E.
Sa YouTube ho. Sa YouTube.
Pinoy ito? Leslie Sanson? O ano?
Ay, hindi po. Hindi American yata.
American, okay.
Pero may mga Pinoy din kung meron ding mga iba sa YouTube. Pero ito, madali hong sabayan sa YouTube. Kaya kung at home, hindi ka maalikabukan, para alternate na lang ho. Pag nagsawa ka na sa walk at home, sa labas naman. Ganun.
Yeah. Okay.
Basta importante na nakakalakad.
Nakakalakad ka, importante. Yeah, nakakalakad anywhere, no? And then yung length, no? Wag lang isang step lang. Okay. So, can you post it na lang i-share mo nga
Opo, sa chat box.
Sa chat or even sa
sa sa
Facebook,
FB?
sa Pep Talk
sa Facebook.
natin. Pep Talk group natin. Okay? So, as I said, maraming packages di ba? Okay. So, kung minsan hindi mo alam kung anong susundin mo, but as I said, don't worry about the packages, iba-iba, no? So, actually, you don't have to, yung mga suggestions sa iba, 100, 300 minutes. Pag hindi mo pa kaya, you can start with small, mga 15, let's say 100, let's say 50 minutes, before the 150 minutes, ganon. Then slowly build it up. Ganon din ginawa ko noon nang before 2015. I do some mga small, mga of lesser frequency. And then as I develop that habit of doing it regularly, then ini-increase ko na, ini-increase until I reach yung let's say 300 minutes per day or 45 minutes per day. I started with 30 minutes. Okay. Okay. And then yung exercise for me, the simplest will be there are two types of exercise that I would like to recommend. Now, which I do, walking is one. Okay. Number two, yung stretching and flexing exercise. Although there are some stretching, flexing exercise during walking, but walking is more for the heart, the aerobic exercise yun But yung stretching, flexing is really more for the joints. Okay. So that will be very good for arthritis, yung mga stretching. Kasi all of us will eventually develop osteoarthritis because of the age, di ba? So we want to delay it. Okay. So it's not only that you want to live long, you also want to live a life that you're not crippled, di ba? Hindi ka palaging lumpo, di ba? Okay. So what's the use of living a long life kung palagi kang crippled, palagi kang umaaray-aray sa paa, sa tuhod, Okay. So you have to combine the two, So usually after my walking, I do my stretching exercise, flexing exercise I started with 25 minutes, now I go for 30 minutes at least per day, every day din yun. Okay, this is just to avoid yung mga joint pain ko. Okay, any more sharing, any more comments? So do we have a resolution that everybody will start walking for those who have not been walking? Christine, mag-walk ka na? Nag-walk ka na, Christine? Okay. So I expect everybody to be having a walking program. Okay. So any more comments? Recommendations? Sharing? We still have 2 minutes to go. Si Emily Alba. Nag-walk ka na, Emily?
Hi, Doc.
Nag-walk ka?
Yes, Doc. Kanina, naglakad ako.
Good.
Pero hindi po siya regular kasi pero nag-exercise, bike, or dito lang sa bahay.
Yeah.
Mga stretching. Yung stretching ko regular every morning.
Yeah, good. Very good. Okay. So do it regularly na lang para part of your
Yung
routine.
walking, baka yun yung gusto kong ibalik, yung regular exercise na dati kong ginagawa.
Good. Okay.
Okay, Doc.
Very good. So no more? Last call for comments? So no more. If there are no more comments, questions, no, we'll call it a day. So next week I have not finished my lecture, but it will be arthritis, more on arthritis and exercise. Just to connect it to muna, no? Okay. Para kasi may relationship no? Okay. This is walking, and then next time it will be arthritis and exercises, no? Okay. If there are no more questions, we'll call it a day. Okay. So
Thank you, Doc.
bye.
Thank you po.
Bye.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank
you po, Doc.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye po.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
Doc.
Bye.